Hello everyone, this is JRR, and today I'm going to cover part of the gameplay between the two games I was comparing earlier. Two MMOs, one being World of Warcraft, which has been around for almost a decade, and one of the more recent newcomers, Scarlet Blade. Now, on record, Scarlet Blade has very pretty graphics, and is, well, if you're a feminist, you really don't want to play that game. That's at least from what I've been getting from all this. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and go over gameplay. Now, I'm going based off defaults. As you can tell, the bar down here at the bottom, where I flick over like other items, they give you pretty much the basic ideas. Like I said, I'm going over the basics, the defaults. I'm not sitting here with all these add-ons to be like, ooh, look at me, I'm super fancy. No, screw that. If I'm comparing things, I'm going to compare things to the bare basics. This is known as the Argent Tournament for those of you who do not understand. Okay? For those of you who haven't played, that's fine. You're like, what the hell is this? The Argent Tournament pretty much was a safe haven between the Horde and Alliance where you go through, all of y'all get pretty much the same exact quests. Let me illustrate what I mean. If you're a Death Knight and you get exalted across the board, it doesn't matter if you're Horde or Alliance, you're coming here for the dailies from these guys. Alright? Do we understand that? You would talk to her for one, you talk to him for another two, then you talk to him for another one if you're Death Knight. This is the Alliance sector, blue and gold, they're infamous colors. But when they go in there, they get the exact same thing that a Horde gets. And I want to show you on the Horde side because I'm on a Horde tune. You'd run in, do. And if you're exalted, then all these will be done. Daily list here is exalted, so of course you're not going to see anything pop up. But if you're just starting, these will be the three you want to talk to get your starting quest, yada yada yada. Again, Alliance side, exact same thing. You come in here, these people being blue. You have your own little factions over here. Well, your races over here. Horde side has, of course, trolls, tauren, orcs, undead, aka Forsaken, and blood elves at the time. Where are the goblins? Where are the pandas? They weren't here. Shut up. And of course, these are your exalted side when you get done. Pretty straightforward. Alliance, same situation. You come running to their tent. They have their own little races. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. All set up. And you start with these guys. Boom-ba-doom. All the quests are about the same. The Alliance version of these guys will have the exact same quests as the guys over here for the Horde side. So, yes, you guys will be running over the same mobs. Now, why am I bringing this up? Before I actually go into the gameplay of it, why am I bringing this up now? Well, when I hop over to Scarlet Blade to show you the difference, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and it's going to blow your mind. Well, not really. Again, Horde and Alliance both come in here, they talk to these same three people. Well, if you're anything but a Death Knight, you talk to these three. If you're a Death Knight, you go back to where I showed you. And if you're exalted, you talk to these guys. Of course, the objective was, oh, your nice little fancy stuff over here, for however many champion seals that they wanted. Outstanding! I don't know why Vegeta says that. But anyway, we're moving along. It's okay, we're just moving along. The gameplay to WoW is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Many MMOs do the exact same thing. I don't want to play! It's okay, you're not going to die. But seriously, I don't wanna! Dude, shut up and just play. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just a little out of it right now. Of course, you got your mounts. That's default. Every game has it. It's to get from point A to point B a little bit faster than just hoofing it. Now, as I said before, this stuff down here is your quick buttons. You can either hit 1, 2, 3, 4 on your keyboard, or you can click the button. Many MMOs have the unlock button, where you just click the button, hold it, and it moves. Like so. I've already locked it. The reason why I'm able to unlock it at will is because I have it set up so I can. To attack a target, you can either left click to target them, run up, and then click one of the buttons for your quick attack, booyah, or you can auto attack by the right mouse button, and you'll see up here, it'll say you are too far away. And it'll keep reminding you, you're too far away. Every so and so seconds, whatever your strike speed is. Until you run up, get in range, and then you hit them. Of course, every mob you kill in WoW, you have most likely a probability of getting loot of some sort. Yay, money. Straightforward, yes? Ooh, something to kill. Hold up. Hold on. Don't go. Ah! Here I come to chop you up. Hiya! And just like that, done. So, movement. Pretty straightforward. A, S, W, D. Of course, W going forward, S going backwards, D turns right, A turns left. While it gives you a little bit more room by giving you Q and E as well. Q, strafe one way, E, strafe the other. What if you compound turning and strafing? You run circles. This is very helpful in other places, but I will go over that later. And yes, WoW's been out for a while, so yes, there are flying mounts. Yay. Now, with all of that said and done on basic line gameplay, yes, you can move your mouse over something, and it will tell you, as you look on the lower right-hand side of the screen, what I've highlighted and what it is supposed to do. Pretty straightforward, yes? Naturally, some things are a little bit more complicated. And then some of these are really freaking simple. Okay, that's not exactly simple. That is actually a lot more simple. That's simpler. Now, with all that said and done, let me go ahead and show you why I brought up this thing about the two factions having the exact same quests. Let me show you why. Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're back on Scarlet Blade. And remember that example I just gave about different factions doing the exact same shit? Well, here's an example. Go ahead and read that line, I'll wait. Do you got all that? In a nutshell, it says a spy from the Royal Guards hacked our network. Yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. They get a signal. Cherry from the Royal Guards. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. La 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 blah 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 blah. You get the idea. Pretty much they're asking for help. And then of course the trainer gets a hold of you to tell you about your training and all that happy stuff, about your skill points and all that happy Gilmore crap. Now we're going to stop here for 1 second because, yeah, the people are fighting. We're going to go ahead and go over the game mechanics on this. You'll notice on the right hand side where I got the things signaled or highlighted, you can actually click over here and you will auto travel to the location you're going. Auto travel. Look at this. You just click the button and it takes you to where you need to go for your next quest. This is both good and bad. I'm going to just stop running, period. It also helps you learn about general things. Press K to view Whipper skill tree. You press K, there you go. Got the idea. REM is remaining. I got 2 points remaining to spend. Yada yada, blah blah blah. If you really want to read this, you can get the game yourself. It's a free-to-play game, so you're not really stressing anything. But like I said, let me go ahead and stop here, just so you can see the difference. Now this is supposed to be the Free Knights. Remember that. This is the Free Knights quest. Right? Free Knights? Okay. And welcome back. This is, again, JRR, and we're going over the other side. On this end, we have the Royal Guard's version of this. Commander, big problem. I accidentally connected with an unauthorized Free Knights communication while repairing our cable. Oh look, the exact same thing that happened on the other side. And when I say the exact same thing, I mean the exact same thing. A spy from the Free Knights hacked our network. Surprised? Not really. Blah 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 blah. No, let's guess. Who's it going to be? We got Cherry for the one side, so I don't know, to keep it with the theme, I'd say strawberry or hell, I don't know, cherry again. Let's say it's cherry again. Sorbet says, oh, it's cherry again. So now that we have Cherry again, is she on the Free Knights or is she with the Royal Guard? We will never know because no matter what side you take, she's on the opposite. See? Plain as day. So, with that said, we'll go over gameplay momentarily. Alright, took care of all the little crap. Gameplay for this is simple. A lot like WoW, you can left click to target something. Hi, how you doing? Of course you hit escape, it targets. But this is a nice little bonus. Mouse over and it'll tell you that's passive or that's aggressive. Of course if it's aggressive it'll attack you whenever it can. If it's passive that means you can run right through it and there's no problem. Passive? No problem. It won't even bother chasing you after that. Aggressive means when you get within a certain range, it'll attack you. In WoW stance, most of these names will be red if they're going to get you. If they're aggressive, they're red. If they're not aggressive, they'll be yellow like COM terminal. So, with those basics out the way, and with the auto run here, this game is easier to get the hang of only because it actually dumbs down the dumbed down WoW. I do mean that's pretty much what it is. Ooh, kill this thing, okay. How many of these do I gotta kill? It says what? Well, communicators 5. Well, let's go ahead and kill a few of these just to see something. Nothing's chasing me. Run around and kill it. Okay. Just like WoW, I could... Wow, that's kind of loud. Just like WoW, I could target something and then hit the attack button, which is down here. Every number, of course, does its own little thing, just like on WoW. Every skill has its own place. Or you can double-click your left mouse on something and you'll attack with the first one. By default. Not a bad thing. Right-click, it'll ask you to attack as well. Depending on who it is, of course. Like, see? Right-click on a player character, you get actual options. Is this good? Yes, that does help. That is very nice. But then again, in WoW, if you right-click as well, as long as the person isn't flagged, you get the same thing. The options just come up here, as opposed to right over them. So, with that said, for basic gameplay, you can go with graphics on your own. Mine's already set to about the same. Like I said, Scarlet Blade, meant to be more... What's a good word? I don't want to just say sexist, because that's just wrong. I'll agree with what I said initially. It's oversexed. That's obvious. It has pretty art style. I mean, most of the stuff is nice to look at. It actually gives you a world where you can feel that something's happened. I mean, take a look in the background. Buildings are collapsed, decayed, moss is already over them. So you know something went down. Even if you haven't read the history, you know something went down. Something happened at some point in time where apparently the past is destroyed. Nice little lighting. Things are broken down, rusted. You get the idea. All over the place. Well, you would have to actually check more of the history because they are actively changing the background, scenery, etc., etc., etc. So let's go ahead and hop off here and we'll cover other items. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but Double R, in that game with all the girls and the boobs and the brawless slashing and hacking, maybe it's not all the same quests. Maybe if you're a free knight, they go a different route about things than, say, the Holy Guards. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're full of shit. In either case, from what I was able to tell, and I thank my friend for stepping up and taking an initial test for me and telling me exactly what to expect, and then when I saw it, it didn't shock me any. Anyway, well, after that first opening screen that made me go into near hysterics, the thing is, when you make a character and you first jump into the game, I don't care how many Let's Plays you see, you can look for one that says Holy Guard, you can look for one that says Free Knight, and go over the Let's Play from like level 1, first character creation, on to wherever the end point is. 90% of that is identical. All they do is take out where it says Holy Guard, turn it to Free Knight if you're a Holy Guard. If you're a Free Knight, it just goes back. That's it. Same characters, same people you deal with, across the board. Same weapon master. I think her name's like Vera or some crap. Simple for low word. But, the first quest you get, no matter what class, go talk to Vera, get you the first level weapon. Go get you a stick. And you run up there, you get the quest, and they give you a stick, and you go and do what you need to do. You either got a stick that throws sap, or you got a stick that's a stick. Either way, you got a stick. You beat the crap out of the thing, they say, hey, keep it, you're going to need it, go to the surface. And you go through the same exact characters. It doesn't matter if you're a Free Knight or a Holy Guard. Now, this is probably to save some issue with, I don't know, programming, but now, the basic gameplay, like I described in WoW, even in that game, same thing. Left click one, your left clicker, click it once on something, you target it. You can go and bash it or walk up to it or whatever. It's targeted. When you right click, it gives you an option. If it's an enemy, it'll tell you, hey, you can attack. If it's an ally, it'll give you other options. Add his rival, add his friend. I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong, maybe that game has other stuff going for it. Rivals, allies, things like that. I don't know. It does have other options, and it does look like there is a possibility of being pretty good if they can develop it better. Another thing about the Scarlet Blade is if you played Xenogears, especially like near end game of Xenogears, where you can call a mech to squish a bug if you wanted to, they do the same thing. How can I say this? As you saw on the little bar that was up over the window here, as you saw that bar, it had the red bar, which is your life, some weird bar in the middle, and then there was like the blue bar, which is your basic energy that you use to attack everything. This is great. This is simple because that middle bar, that wasn't used for anything that I showed initially. That's your max fuel. That is your gear's fuel. That's pretty much it. If you attack, it takes a certain amount of fuel. As you walk, it burns a certain amount of fuel. You get the idea. Of course, you can modify it to minimize the fuel burn and etc., but it still has a fuel burn. The only difference is it doesn't have a different set of hit points because it augments to your character. Don't ask, I'm not 100% certain everything that works with that, but in a nutshell, that's about what it does. And I guess that's simple because it helps you keep up with hit points, it helps you keep up with gear and everything. You can just organize. Now, like most MMOs, Scarlet Blade does say you have to hold on to it to use it. Pretty much, you have to have one square for your mech, one square for your mount, one square for your pet. You get the idea. If you're not using it, make sure you put it in the warehouse, and if you're not planning on using it, keep it in the warehouse or sell it or whatever. But overall, the gameplay is pretty much identical to WoW. ASDW, of course, is for basic movement if you're using a keypad. Or in Scarlet Blade's case, you can actually use your little mouse, and I believe it's left click on a free spot on the ground, and they'll move to that. Wow, you'd have to hold both mouse buttons to actually move yourself forward. Of course, unless you change the options. But like I said, I would go based solely off of defaults. So why do I do so good in Battlegrounds if I'm going off of defaults? People suck. I got nothing else for you. People suck. Well, I got hotkeys, and how am I beating you? Even when I'm using my warrior, I'm beating people, and it's dumbfounding. It makes you wonder. But I digress. Both games have a basic function down here at the bottom. It has attacks, spells, healing, whatever. Everything you need, in a nutshell, is down there. Only difference for Scarlet Blade is you can't pick up a new skill and expect it to be down there. No, it won't do that. Like I said, WoW's been out there for about 8 to 10 years. So it's gotten everything down to almost steady, even flow. I say almost everything because PvP is always unbalanced. I don't care who the hell you are. But people are trying to balance it based off one-on-one fights. Not everyone's going to be able to magically pair off. You're not going to throw a mage against a rogue and expect the mage to always win. For two reasons. One, that's not balance. If the mage is always winning, that's not balance. People are looking at more of one-on-one fights as rock, paper, scissors. Well, if I got a rogue, I can beat your mage. But if you got my mage, you could beat my warrior. If you got a warrior, you could beat my warlock. If you got my warlock, you could beat a priest. If you got a priest, you could beat a druid. If you got a druid, you could beat a monk. If you got a monk, you could beat a fucking, I don't know, Death Knight. If you got a Death Knight, you can beat pretty much a paladin. If you got a paladin, you could beat something else. And if you got that other thing, you get the idea. It goes full fucking circle. That's how people are expecting it to work. If I got a warrior, I can run over every warlock I see. No. No. That shit don't work. It don't work at all. It doesn't work, Vegeta. It really doesn't. But that's what people are looking at for PvP. They're like, oh, well, if I got A, then I could beat B. And if you got B, then you could beat C. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. It doesn't. And that's the major thing that most people try to base the PvP on. And I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. And then they will go out on a tangent about, well, I was fighting 5 people at once. So why couldn't y'all do that? Well, you were a Blood Death Knight for starters, so you're technically a Death Knight in a tanking spec. You're supposed to take on a lot of people at once. That's kind of your job. I'm a healer. I'm not meant to take fists to the face. No. No. That's why I was behind you. No. But again, people forget that. I mean, saw it on the forums. People are still cussing and screaming and throwing a hissy fit about the characters aren't balanced. The classes are too off-balanced. You got a tank, and he's just dominating everything. No, he's outlasting everything. That's it. He's sitting there, someone's healing him a little bit, and he's outlasting you. That's it. That's all it is. You neutralize the heals, he's down. Don't see how that's a problem. But then again, that's me using, what's the word I'm looking for? Not logic, that is the same general idea. 2 words. It sounds like something that everyone should have, but they don't. It's a fucking superpower, for Pete's sake. It's a common sense. Yes, it's not common sense. That's using common sense. People expect to be, if you're a tank, you have the greatest ability to trash everybody with great DPS. Now, Scarlet Blade kind of decided to go, okay, you know what? Fuck specs. Fuck specs. Fuck that. If you want to be a tank, you're going to be this. That's it. If you're going to be a healer, you're going to be this. And that's it. No, literally, there's one called medic and there's one called defender. If you want to be a tank, you're a defender. If you're going to be a healer, you're going to be a medic. That's it. And yet, the kick in the teeth, there's people still on the little things shouting and screaming, if you're going to do something with DPS, do a DPS class! Stop being a medic! Which immediately told me, can you not read? You made a medic, and you're going solely into places to be DPS. Common sense is not very common. Common sense is a damn superpower. It's been registered, trademark, Marvel. And it bugs me. It really does, because they tell you in the game. I mean, I showed y'all like the basic setup of the game itself. It tells you. It tells you. It fucking tells you. If you're going, it doesn't even say it. It doesn't even say it like, if you're going to be a tank, you must do this. No, it tells you in the description. This Arcana defends her sisters. That doesn't mean you're going to go out there and get the highest DPS. It means you're trying to defend them. Then you look at the medic. This is the only Arcana with healing capability. Then why would you be DPS? I mean, welcome to the Derp Cave. I'm Jason Voorhees of Legoland. You're an idiot. Really, people? I'm using the medic to do the greatest DPS. Hey, you know what, fuckface? Why not? How about you go and be a tank as a medic? Go ahead. Just go. We don't need you. I mean, you're going to do something stupid. Just go Darwin it. Go on. Go Darwin. I mean, I can almost understand the logic in WoW where people forget what the hell they're doing. I mean, if you're a druid, well, shit, I can't even say that anymore because that's been adjusted. No, I kid you not. If you're a druid, there's like 4 specs. There's the bear, there's the cat. Both those are melee style. One's a tank, one's DPS. There's the boomkin, and then there's the tree. The tree, of course, is the healer. The boomkin is your range DPS. Cat's your melee DPS, and then the bear is your tank. So I can't really say, hey, you could be confused here. No, I really can't, because if you're a blood DK, 9 out of 10 times, most likely you are a tank. Even if you set up a DPS blood DK, you're still tanking. You still understand your level is tank. You're going to tank. Your job is to get the aggro off of other people and try to hold it and mitigate the situation before you get your ass kicked. I mean, that's your job. You're a fucking tank. Your job is to make sure the healer is standing up. That is your whole job. It doesn't matter what the hell everyone else is doing. If they want to pull aggro before you get to it, fine. Let them pull and let them die. That's fine. That's your job. You're the tank. You're supposed to get the aggro. You tank. You go get the aggro. And the healer will keep you up. And that's all you really need to worry about. DPS is supposed to kill things quickly so they don't die, and sometimes they get stupid and they go out there and they pull things, and yeah, no, we're not shouting anybody. I'm serious. If you're a tank, be a tank. If you're a healer, be a healer. Scarblade probably try to make it easy, and people are still fucking it up. The tits are too distracting. I mean, I swear that's what's happened. They see tits. And this is part of the reason why Dead or Alive wasn't looked at as a serious fighting game either. I'm just putting that out there. Just card. What are you gonna do? Nothing. But with all that said and done, and basic gameplay is still the same. You each get bags. You each get, well, bags for WoW, inventory for Scarblade. At the beginning of Scarblade, they give you a quick tutorial. Boom, boom, boom. If you read it, Good on you. If you don't read it, oh well. Well, they kind of presume you get the idea. You okay, Jimmy? Did you hurt your foot? Okay. No, you gotta stand here. Say hi. Say hi. 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 You don't. Go play. Go play. Go play. Go play. Go play. He ain't gonna go play. He's just gonna stand there and be like, huh? But I digress. If you're a tank, be a tank. If you're a healer, be a healer. Simple as that. If you're DPS, then be DPS. Don't tell other people how to fucking play their game. Exactly. With all that said and done, and with all the basics set up, I will leave the third video for how quests come by and... Well, I don't even have to do that because you saw how quests show up on Scarlet Blade. It's a little blue box that comes up with an exclamation point going, hey, guess what? And you click it and it'll tell you the quest. On WoW, you gotta go to certain people and pick it up because it's not technologically advanced. And of course, that is the best way to get experience. Now, Scarlet Blade, they usually don't give you experience for killing stuff until a little bit later, until you get past the introductory ass-kicking storyline crap. And then they'll give you experience for killing things. WoW, it's based on, I think, 3 to 5 levels different. Someone check up on that for me. I'm not really sure, I just don't give a shit. I just kill things of equal level or 2 levels higher. Dead honest. But it's usually about 4 levels is a good safe number. 4 levels under, you get experience for it, but not as much as, say, something 4 levels higher, but 4 levels higher could possibly kill you. Which leads to the death mode of each game. On WoW, you gotta go back to your body, pick it up, dust it off, whatever. After level 10, you get a penalty. Scarlet Blade, I haven't died after level 10, because by level 10 you should know what the fuck you're doing. I mean, the game's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. Know what the fuck you're doing. Their death, if I remember from the early ones, is pretty much the same thing. The screen goes black and white. It asks you, do you want to be picked up here immediately? And of course, you gotta have an item for that. For those of you who play WoW, remember when Shaman had the Ankhs for their immediate resurrection? Same principle for Scarlet Blade. If you don't have any of those, you go back to the reset point. I'm pretty sure there's a penalty after level 10, most likely, because that's like the given default. But like I said, since I haven't died after level 10, it's kind of hard for me to just say it, you know? But again, all that said and done, Scarlet Blade is a really pretty game. It's been out pretty recent as of me making this. It's not... let's just say it this way. When I say pretty recent of this video, or these videos, or whatever, when you're watching this video and I said recent, I mean within 3 months. It's not even 3 months old. Well, out to the public, 3 months. WoW is pretty much... WoW to MMO is like me to roleplay. You're old. Yes, but I'm also one of the more experienced people out there, and I also know some of the major issues that people don't seem to see until it hits them in the face. And then I sit there and go, I covered this almost a year and a half ago. I know that issue. I told you it was going to happen. I warned you it was going to happen, and yet it happened, and you sound surprised. That's pretty much what WoW is doing. They try to adapt to be accommodating to the new players, the new fan base, and people still go, oh, it's so simple now. It wasn't like what it used to be, and I agree. I mean, I came in near the tail end of the very first Alpha, Prime, whatever you want to call it, pretty much the bare basic WoW, where there were world elites, and there's actually a talent tree where you had to go through your spec, and you look through it, and you actually had to choose things that would benefit you, as opposed to learning things. You actually had to pay for skills to learn. You actually had to... No, I mean, you had to pay, like, gold or whatever to learn shit. You had class-specific mounts Like the Paladin, they had their own mount, and the Warlock had their own special mount, but you had to go and do shit for that. You had to go and get shit. You had to go find shit. You had to go get the bell this and that and the other thing, and you had to go and find Alucard, and he'll draw forth the blood of his father and put it into a mount of death and destruction, and his fell steed will ride bloody flames across the earth. Azeroth. And it will swallow the souls of all nearby. Or it'll just look like a pretty horse that you put some metal on and say, here, go! Hey Vegeta, your horse sucks. Shut up, Nappa! I mean, it's one of those kind of things. That's how it used to be. Nowadays, you can pick up the quest to do it if you want, like, a feat of strength or whatever. But most of the time, it's whoop-de-doo, not worried about it. They also did different things in WoW, and other people have already covered this. Other people have already beat down all these new changes and such. Like I said, it's closer to a Rama 1/2 situation for the pandas than close to a Kung Fu Panda. Hell, in fact, if you want to be technical, Kung Fu Panda, the little TV show for Nickelodeon or whatever, grabbed ideas from WoW, which grabbed ideas from Rama 1/2. Wow, this is like a chain of shit, because Rama 1/2 got their ideas from something else, if I remember correctly, so this is just... Hey, it's just like lyrics and music, haha! Yeah, no. Sad. Sad human. Yeah. Originality went out the window. Whee! Originality, you okay? He's not good enough. So, with all that said and done, I want to wish y'all a happy day, good day, bad day. Hell, I made this on Memorial Day, so fuck it. Have a good Memorial Day. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. And don't worry about Krillin. Krillin's okay. No, he really isn't, because Vegeta kicked his ass. I did that. That was awesome. He was like a little cue ball, and I beat the shit out of him. It was a good day. Hey, Nappa. Hi, Nappa. Nappa. I don't know. I've been practicing voices, and it's getting kind of weird. I'm getting a little full. So, have a good day. I'm going to go ahead and log off. And remember, next time, Gadget. Next time. I'm not Dr. Claw. I don't have a claw. I need to go get a claw so I can do that and just have it all shadowy. And next time, Gadget, I will smack you with my ring hat. I don't have a ring. I need a ring. Yes, my little boy loves the Dr. Claw voice. It's supposed to be scary, but it really isn't. It makes him laugh all day. So, have a good day, and remember, Vegeta's watching you, and he's observing your Big Bang attack. Yes, I am implying what you think I'm implying. Fap on ya! Fappin' fappers. Fap, fappity, fap, fap. Fap, fappity, fap, fap, fap. Really?